Welcome to this edition of the Forum. I'm your host, Sheila Evans. We have a great show in store for you today, where we highlight 3 upcoming community events you won't want to miss. We get our show started by talking with Alyssa Riley, Education Coordinator with the New Hanover Soil and Water Conservation Commission. Earth Day is Friday, April 22nd, and she will tell us all about the festivities planned to celebrate. Then we sit down with Camilla Herlevick and Jessica Blake with the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust. They're here to tell us all the details of the upcoming Flytrap Frolic. And finally, this year's Relay for Life is Saturday, April 23rd. Gina Gilb, event lead, is here to tell us how we can participate. We've got a great edition of the Forum for you today, and we'll get started right after this short break.
You know, little trash becomes big trash. So please, don't litter.
Do your part to keep America beautiful.
My next guest is Alyssa Riley. She's with the Earth Day Alliance, and she is here today to talk about the Wilmington Earth Day Festival. Alyssa, tell us what the festival is.
Absolutely. So the festival is a community event that has been taking place since 1990. This is our 26th year of the festival. It's essentially a free activity for families to come and learn about some different environmental movements, talk to some different groups around town, and just kind of get a better feel of things that are going on in their local environment in New Hanover County.
Okay, and when and where does it happen?
So the festival this year is April 23rd. It's at Hugh McRae Park. It's from 12 to 6 p.m. There is a free shuttle that is provided, a courtesy of Wave Transit. The shuttle pickup location has changed this year. It is actually going to be in the Longleaf Mall at Shipyard, and the pickup will be in front of the Medac entrance. So. Pickup will start about 11:30, and the shuttle runs approximately every 20 minutes, but visitors are welcome to come and park their cars there and take the free shuttle over to the park, and that way they don't have to deal with parking at the festival, because it can get kind of convoluted because we usually have a lot of attendees there.
And did you say it starts at 11?
The shuttle starts at 11:30. The festival starts at 12. It's from 12 to 6 p.m.
Gotcha.
Saturday, April 23rd, which is the day after the official Earth Day.
Okay. And you said it's a free event?
It is a free event. It's free to attend. Families are welcome. Pets are welcome as well. The only thing is, if people bring their pets to the park, the pets are not allowed in the exhibitor area, because we do have a few different exhibitor tents, and pets are not allowed in the main tent. So people are welcome to bring their pets on leashes and walk them around the park. And we ask that people do bring their pets, that they follow rules and are responsible and clean up after their pets when they...
Very good. Tell us about some of the activities that are going on that day.
So we have a lot going on. We have at this point about 60 different exhibitors that will be, there's a couple of main exhibitor tents. We also have a kids area, which we're going to talk about a little bit more. We have live music all day. There's 3 different bands playing, and we have some new things this year. We're actually going to have a local company that's going to set up a little mini putt-putt course. So we're going to have putt-putt that's available for families to play. We're going to have a little game area. We're going to have some cornhole boards that are going to be free to play, just so people can walk around, talk to the different exhibitors, learn about what they're focusing on, what they're doing here in our local community. There's going to be food and beverages that are available for purchase. Like I said, the festival is free, but there will be things to purchase once you get there. And they can listen to music, talk to exhibitors, play some games, just generally come out and have a good time and learn more about our local environment.
Who are some of the bands that are playing this year?
So the bands this year are Brothers Egg, which is starting out. Then there's DHIM, which is, I believe, a reggae band. And then we have the Folkstone String Band ending. And about 1:45, we're going to have Mr. Mark's music, in which he does a Nature Brigade parade for the kids. So the kids are invited to come and dress up in like a local flora or fauna costume, so they can dress up as their favorite animal or plant. And he's going to lead a parade for the children around the festival. And that starts about 1:45.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's always a good time.
So you keep talking about the exhibitors.
Yes.
Tell me what some of them might be.
So some of them, so the local Soil and Water Conservation District, who I work for, will have a table there. The Sierra Club, the Cape Fear Museum is going to be in the kids zone. Whole Foods is going to be an exhibitor as well. We have the local Society of American Foresters. We have the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries is coming down, and they're actually bringing their marine fisheries trailer so they can talk to some people about just the different fishery regulations and whatnot. We have Cape Fear River Watch is going to be there. So the list keeps growing. So but as of this point, like I said, we have about 60. We're going to have some electric vehicles there that we parked in the parking lot so people can check out those. WAVE will have their bus, their Green Line bus that will be on display so people can get on and check that out. So pretty much, I mean, there's going to be nonprofits, there's going to be government organizations, there's going to be for-profit businesses. It's a whole mix of people, but their whole focus is just with this year. Because the theme this year is, which we didn't talk about, is that healthy earth, healthy people.
Oh.
And that's basically just letting people know that the health of our planet is directly correlated to our health as individuals. And if we don't keep our planet healthy, it's going to directly interfere with human health as well. So our exhibitors are asked to just kind of center their theme around that.
Gotcha. Are you able to tell us what your exhibit will look like?
Our exhibit is going to just be focusing on the district and just letting people know about the different programs that are available to them. We will have a rain barrel on display because we do sell rain barrels through the district. That's a good best management practice that people can do at their home to help collect rainwater and then use it to irrigate their plants and whatnot. And our supervisors, we have a 5-member board of supervisors, so they will be there on display to talk about people. To talk to people about what's
Will
going
there
on.
be some hands-on stuff? You're not just going to walk and look at like display upon display upon display?
Yeah, there are actually a lot of hands-on exhibits, especially in the kids zone. So right now in the kids zone, I know we have Whole Foods, the Cape Fear Museum will be there, New Hanover County Libraries will be there, the North Carolina Aquarium are just a few of the exhibitors that might be in kids zone. But there will be a lot of arts and crafts and hands-on interactive things for people to do.
What kind of things might Whole Foods do in the kids zone?
I believe
Healthy eating, maybe?
I think
or?
they're going to be focusing on the healthy eating part. Andy Gold, who is with the North Carolina Aquarium, he actually coordinates the kids zone. So he would be the person to ask for details on that.
But as you said, surely stuff to keep them busy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stuff to keep them entertained and stuff, like I said, hands-on craft activities for them to do.
Anything else new this year?
So the shuttle,
Right.
thank you. The shuttle location is absolutely new this year, and we want people to be aware of that. We don't want people going to the location from last year. So that is new. The new bands, the Putt Putt's going to be new this year. That'll be something that we're trying out. And like I said, we're just hoping for a beautiful day. We're going to have some new exhibitors that we've never had before, so that's exciting. And it's a really great event. Like I said, it's just fun for the whole family. There are some new things in our community related to the environment that haven't happened previously, so it'll be a great chance for people to come out and just talk to these people that are working on these environment focuses and just get some more information from them.
Okay. And finally, just to confirm, Saturday, April 23rd, 12 till
6. 12 to 6.
And catch the shuttle at Longleaf in front of the Medak
In front of the Medak, catch the shuttle, and then it'll rotate every 20 minutes and bring
Very
people
good.
through.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Oh my God! John!
I am joined by Camilla Herlevek and Jessica Blake. Both ladies are from the North Carolina Coastal Land Trust, and we're here today to talk about the Flytrap Frolic. First of all, tell us why a Venus flytrap is so special.
The Venus flytrap is a really cool plant. It's a carnivorous plant, which makes it different from most plants. It eats insects and arachnids and even an occasional frog. It grows in moist, acidic, and nutrient-poor soil, which means it needs to find nutrients elsewhere, so it does that by eating insects. The flytrap has a trap that's open to catch insects, and inside of it, it has trigger hairs. So when something lands on it and moves those trigger hairs, it shuts. And once the trap is shut, the insect is stuck, and then it's digested by juices that the plant releases. Like I said, it grows in nutrient-poor soils, but more specifically, it grows here in Wilmington naturally and only in a 100-mile radius from where we're sitting today. So it's sort of very special to our area specifically. And it also needs an open understory so that it can't have other competition, and that is usually brought on by fire. And so because of fire suppression and development and even overcollection like poaching, the Venus flytrap is a cool plant, but it's also a threatened plant. Which is why the Coastal Land Trust feels it's so important to have events like the Flytrap Frolic that raise awareness of this awesome plant we have.
And speaking of the Flytrap Frolic, give us some details.
We're so excited. This will be our 6th annual Flytrap Frolic. It's also the 2nd year that it's been part of the North Carolina Science Festival.
Oh, nice.
And the Flytrap Frolic is all about introducing kids to nature and to the extraordinary carnivorous plants that we have here in southeastern North Carolina. It'll be from 9 to 1 on Saturday, April 23rd.
Okay.
The location is the Stanley Reeder Carnivorous Plant Garden at 3800 Canterbury, right behind Alderman Elementary School. And we've designed it so that kids and families will have a fabulous time. The primary attraction of the Flytrap Frolic is the flytraps and the other carnivorous plants. So we have some great volunteers from UNCW who will be out there in the garden showing the kids what to look for. Lots of times kids will come in and they'll be expecting to find a plant that's 8 or 12 inches high. And of course they're tiny. And so the first thing is, where's the flytrap? Where's the flytrap? So our UNCW biology student volunteers will help on that. We have a scavenger hunt. So we'll have a little card that have the 4 types of carnivorous plants, not just the flytrap, but pitcher plants and also a sundew. Which are 3 of our native plants, native carnivorous plants in North Carolina, so they'll check those off. We'll have face painting. We'll have some Venus flytrap related crafts for kids. We have these cute little decorations that we'll be making out of bottle caps. And we have flytrap games, which of course I won't be able to demonstrate here, but we have a fly on the end of this so that they'll learn how pitcher plants work as well as Venus flytraps. We'll have plates that they can decorate together that work to imitate the spring mechanism of the Venus flytrap. We're going to have a feely box so kids can put their hands inside and experience what it might feel like to be a fly inside that's caught in one of these traps. So that'll be fun. We're going to have some rescue birds from the Skywatch Bird Rescue Program who will be out there. The mayor is going to be there.
Okay.
And so we're just going to have all sorts of great activities for the kids.
Okay. And this is held at the Stanley Reeder Garden. Can you tell us how that garden came about?
Sure. It's a great story. And a gentleman here named Stanley Reeder, for whom the garden is named, is a horticulturalist. And he loved to go out in the woods and find carnivorous plants. And so as he was in his explorations, he actually found a place that was native habitat for Venus flytraps right here in the heart of Wilmington. And so he went to the owners, which were the McCrae family of the Oleander Company, and he asked if he could use this little area, which actually had been a roadbed that had gotten wet. And that's, as Jessica said, one of the things that flytraps need is a little boggy area. And he asked if he could cultivate plants in that area, because he hadn't seen a place like this as close to where he lived that would be great ideal habitat for carnivorous plants. So he started bringing in not just Venus flytraps, but other pitcher plants. He crossbred some pitcher plants. He even created his own variety. And he not only created this garden here, he also was a popularizer. And so he went on national TV back in the 50s and the 60s and talked about the Venus flytrap. They actually called him Flytrap Man on national TV. So we were fortunate enough to receive a conservation easement over the land from the Oleander Company, which means that we have restrictions on the property, and it's our responsibility that the property is never developed and that its wetland and plant values are never changed. And so we hold the conservation easement, the Coastal Land Trust does. That easement also gives us the right to manage the property for natural area and recreational values. And we've partnered up with the city of Wilmington to name the area in honor of Stanley, but the city has done all of the great improvements that you see now.
Nice.
They're the ones that have done the parking lot, the nice trail. There's an overlook that people will be able to come and see. They can see the stepping stones that Mr. Reeder initially put in. And there's a viewing platform as well. So this is a partnership between the city, which manages it, the Coastal Land Trust, which holds the conservation easement, the Oleander Company that owns the land, but really it's a creation of Stanley Reeder and his vision.
Very good. What is special about our area that they thrive here?
Our region is very special, and we are part of a global biodiversity hotspot, but more importantly, where we are right now, we're part of something that's called the Cape Fear Arch. And this is where flytraps grow naturally. This area ranges from Cape Lookout, North Carolina to Cape Romaine, South Carolina, and it has the greatest biological diversity along the Atlantic coast north of Florida. But what makes it so special is that it has a slightly higher elevation, so it's been above sea level longer, and it also has geologic sand and limestone deposits, which create just a very unique situation and allows diverse plants and animals to occur here, along with a lot of endemic plants, which means plants that can only grow in this area, like the Venus flytrap, which is one of our favorite endemics. So that's pretty much why it's so special. It happens nowhere else in the world.
Very good. So we talked about the flytrap frolic. Is generally the purpose of that awareness?
That's the primary purpose. You know, we talk about the city of azaleas. There are lots of places that are lots of beautiful places with azaleas and dogwoods, and certainly Wilmington is one of them. But we're the only place that is the city of flytraps. We are the city of flytraps. And I think Jessica and I would both agree that the best part of our job is when we have kids that actually get out and enjoy nature. So it is an opportunity for us to do some environmental education without people being realized that education is part of it. It's a chance to bring people out, for them to learn about biology, about botany, to introduce them to science. We're so happy for the connection with the North Carolina Science Festival, for them to get outdoors, to get unplugged, take the earphones out, enjoy a beautiful day. We've been very fortunate in the past, and to learn a little bit about the very special nature that we have here. A secondary purpose is that this is a fundraiser for the Coastal Land Trust. Okay. And the whole idea of the Flytrap Frolic actually was pioneered by one of our volunteers, Diana Corbett. And the idea is it doesn't cost much for us to put it on. The dividends to the public are fabulous. But we have sponsors. Live Oak Bank, for example, is our lead sponsor of this event. And as a fundraiser, it gives the Coastal Land Trust the opportunity to use that money to go buy natural habitat for flytraps and carnivorous plants in other parts of the state.
Okay, great. So Saturday, April 23rd, 9 to 1.
Right. Be there.
Thank you. We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Passing gas in the presence of others is not only inappropriate,
that is so foul.
It can be deadly. Passing gas releases a fog of carbon monoxide.
Grandpa!
And other poisonous fumes that can contribute to asthma and pneumonia.
You're killing us over here.
Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas. Take it outside.
I got a little pop quiz for you. About what? Me. What do I have a hard time keeping shut? Name one team I played for. And what is my nickname? And now I got one for you. Do you know your kid's principal's nickname?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school. And know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
I am joined by Gina Gilb. She is the event lead for the, do that again, sorry. I am joined by Gina Gilb. She's the event lead for the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life 2016.
2016.
Tell us, first of all, what Relay for Life is.
So Relay for Life is a community event that truly like a festival that is meant to bring people in and help build a community of supporters in the fight against cancer, but also to support those in our community who have had a diagnosis.
Okay, it's very social.
It is very social. It's a festival. This year's theme is Carnival for a Cure, so there are going to be a lot of carnival games. There are lots of people who walk laps throughout the night, but it's not a race, and a lot of people believe that it is.
Gotcha. How does the American Cancer Society support folks locally?
Very good question. Now, we have a lot of local programs that are involved in advocating with students and making sure that the education is there to help students do what it takes to prevent cancer being a part of their life going forward.
Nice.
But also for those who are undergoing treatment or have had a recent diagnosis, there are programs like Look Good, Feel Better, which help make sure that we are helping people who have gone through a breast cancer diagnosis get hair substitutes, if you will, or go through the proper skincare regimens. Also, the Road to Recovery program, which helps make sure that those who are undergoing treatments but may not have transportation to those treatments can reliably get to them so that they can get healthy.
Right. How do you get the public involved?
Well, Relay for Life is our big festival that we encourage people to come out to once a year. There are lots of events that take place throughout the year to raise funds for this, but lots of our community members or schools or businesses have formed teams to come together raising funds and participating at the Relay for Life event.
Okay, so what does it look like when we show up?
When you show up, there's lots and lots of people everywhere. Lots of tents. Each team typically has a tent and a designated area that their team is meeting. And then there are ceremonies that take place throughout the event. The two most important ceremonies are our Survivor ceremony that takes place approximately at 5:30 p.m. where we recognize all of our cancer survivors, and then they have a special lap, and then immediately following that, our caregivers join them for a special lap together where they can talk about what their experience has been together. And then closer into the evening, once things get dark, at 8:30 p.m., we have our luminary ceremony where we really take time to celebrate, remember those that we've lost and those that are currently fighting against cancer.
Gotcha. How did you get involved?
Great question. I was a cancer survivor and had gone through treatment in 2010 and was asked as part of my work to come and represent our business. I had no idea what the event was, and it was 8 days before Relay for Life. So I went online, I joined, I created a team, and I raised over $1,000 in 8 days. For me, my children came, and at the time my daughter was 4, and she had a moment connecting with me during the luminary ceremony, and that's when I realized that this was going to give me an avenue to really communicate with my children and tell them what it's like to be a cancer survivor.
So that's what it means to your family.
It really does. It's an opportunity to make sure that my kids are finding out about this in a way that's not scary.
Gotcha. When and where is the event?
The event is on Saturday, April 23rd at Ashley High School. It runs from noon to midnight. It's kind of an open house. People can show up at any time that they'd like to, but most of our people are there during the time period between the 5:30 and 8:30 ceremonies to make sure that they get all the special events. We'd love for people to come out at any point in time, and they can join a team or just come out and register to be a part of the event at our website, relayforlife.org.
Now, there's plenty of ways to honor or remember someone, correct?
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So certainly donations are a great way to do that, and many people make donations in honor of someone, but more importantly, we have our special luminaries that line the track. These are paper bags. Some people choose bluminaries, which are 3-gallon azaleas, or torches that help recognize those who are either currently in the midst of a diagnosis or those that we've lost to cancer. It is an incredibly moving thing to see an entire track lined with lit up luminaries remembering those that we've lost.
And these kind of things range from how much to how much?
$10 to $100 depending on what you would like to do, and those can be purchased on the website as well.
So even if you're not available that day, because that is a big day, you could do that online.
Absolutely, and you're able to light something up in memory of someone or in honor of someone, and it's there for everyone to see and to celebrate those people with you.
What is the easiest way for somebody to sign up?
Very easy to sign up online. RelayForLife.org is the general website for Relay. And if you go to RelayForLife.org/New Hanover NC, it allows you to sign up for the New Hanover event.
That's even easier. Are you aware of some of the pre-relay events coming up?
Most of the pre-relay events are held by each of the individual teams. I do know that one of our teams is doing a pretty exciting thing at Banks Channel coming up next week, where they're doing an actual lip sync challenge. So it should be pretty fun.
Okay. I know that in the past some local businesses had some pre-event kind of things.
Yes, I'm very excited about the week leading up to Relay, April 17th to April 23rd. It's Paint the Town Purple Week. Mayor Bill Saffo has actually designated the week and made a proclamation for us. So we're hoping that businesses and communities will get involved in spreading the word about purple and Relay for Life, and we'll paint our town purple.
How would you like a business to do that? Like with a ribbon or?
Absolutely. You can certainly decorate the business itself, but also it's a great thing to ask your employees to come in wearing purple.
Nice.
Or a lot of our businesses are doing a brown bag lunch that day and asking everybody to contribute what they would normally have contribute to actually buying lunch, but to instead contribute to Relay for Life so that they can make a donation in the name of the business.
Do you need volunteers for this event?
We always need volunteers. The entire event is run by volunteers. There's only one paid staff member of American Cancer Society, so we can ensure that the money goes to the right place. And so we always need day of volunteers and volunteers leading up. If you think you'd be interested in volunteering, we'd love to have you out there.
And that's something that our students could do that need their Honor Society hours or Beta Club hours? Or?
Absolutely. We are happy to make sure that anyone who needs credit for hours for school or for anything else that they might need get credit to do so.
Very good. Well, Gina, thank you very much. Saturday, April 23rd.
Noon to midnight.
Noon to midnight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a few minutes, right after these messages.
Each year, thousands are senselessly killed by people with no criminal record at all. People like you.
We hope you've enjoyed our program today. Earth Day is Friday, April 22nd. For more information on the Earth Day celebration, you can contact the Earth Day Alliance at 798-7137 or email wilmingtonearthday@gmail.com. The 6th annual Flytrap Frolic will be held on Saturday, April 23rd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Stanley Reeder Carnivorous Garden, located behind Alderman Elementary. And finally, the New Hanover County Relay for Life will also take place on Saturday, April 23rd. The event runs from 12 noon until midnight at Ashley High School. To learn more, visit their website at www.relayforlife.org/New Hanover NC, or you can call 1-800-227-2345. Now, if you ever have any questions about the topics discussed here on our show today, please call the school system's public relations office at 254-4180 or check out the website at www.nhcs.net. I'm Sheila Evans. Thanks for joining me today.